Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man. At your services. How are you all? Trick-or-treaters. It's a bit early yet. Oh well, whatever. Folks, how are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, as promised, I'm going to discuss the Halloween Ends trailer, which, yes, you guys right by now, you've seen it a million times probably. It dropped overnight. We always knew it was going to come out on the 20th. Well, we didn't always know that. We kind of thought it was going to come out the week before. But Jamie Lee Curtis, final girl extraordinaire, tweeted that it was going to come out on the 20th. And she went wrong. Now, what happened, apparently, was it did get leaked. Pretty much everything about this film seems to have been leaked, but in some form or another. And it was leaked, so the producers and the distributors went, oh, screw it then, put the whole trailer out a little bit earlier than the time it was meant to be out. So as far as people in the UK are concerned, it dropped overnight. And I think I saw it about 5:30 this morning, and I thought, get up and do a review of it. And then I thought, no, get some more shut-eye. Christ, I'm not one of these completely OTT YouTubers who must be there every second of the day to analyse every bit of new news and footage and imagery that comes out. Unless, of course, it's from the film Prey, in which case I'm there like a shot. No, folks, I keep on saying I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. And no, I'm not going to rake over all these wounds again. But I am still looking forward to this movie. Now, that said, in light of the few videos I've done lately about Halloween Ends, a few people have reached out to me and told me stuff. Certain person maintains they were there at one of the screenings, the New Jersey screening, and said a fair bit of stuff about it. Now, I don't know how true any of that is. And I've seen other bits and bobs have been leaked out. There's always links on forums and sites to take you to somewhere which gives you a rundown, and then it gets taken down and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what's true and what isn't. And what I will say is that my misgivings about this film, stemming from what I've seen from the leaked plot details, really could be a stinker for this. It all depends on the execution of the movie itself, the finished product. Even with all these terrible sort of fan-dividing ideas that David Gordon Green and his cronies, Danny McBride, have come up with, which they know is going to piss off a good, element of the fans. Even with that, the film could still be exciting and suspenseful, and it could still work. Or it could fall flat on its face, like my mum did just the other week. Flat on her face, on the top of a dual carriageway. Broke her poor nose, she did. Silly old girl. Anyway, so I've watched the trailer, and it's only that 1 minute 16 bit of footage. It's a teaser, not a trailer, and it does it really well. It shows enough of the action, enough of suspense. It shows some of the characters who are going to be in there, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. Now, I know it shows some of the CinemaCon footage, which has already been shown, and it kind of rejigs a few things, but the now mythical kitchen fight between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode shows a fair bit of that, and it looks great as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you it now in the my low-tech methods of turning the camera around, and we'll look at it on the screen over here. So, come join me. I'll just turn that off for a second. And let's get on to this. Let's make this bigger. It's not right. Okay, right. I'm gonna spin you guys round now. So we're gonna have a little look at this, and you've probably seen it anyway. So that's the main thing. But yeah, stop running off. Just come back here and behave yourselves. Go on. Right. Let's get on to this now. I know it's not the best of angles, but hey. Right. I love that, by the way. Nice and blood red and very sort of old school as well. So let's have a butcher's at this. And whilst we wait for it to start, I'll get some of this. Oh, Haddonfield Street. Trick-or-treaters. Shape, point of view. But is it really the shape? Whose house is that? We are led to believe that that is Laurie's new house. Remember, her old one burnt down. You can hear the breathing. Watch this now. Watch the hand on the door. Oh, you probably can't see it.
Come on, let's go.
Oof. Sewers. Flashback footage.
Come and get me, motherfucker.
Oh. Look at this. A hand for a hand. Oh. Ouch. Okay. I'm going to take that back. Hang on. Oh, what? We don't want any ads. Stop that. Stop that stuff right away. Let's go back. Let's go on to that. I'm just going to pause it there again because we're going to talk about it now and then we'll look at it again. Right, folks. Let's just have a little think about this now. What have we just seen? You probably couldn't see it too well, but the thing is, it's just, you've got the gist of what's going on there. Right, let's dispel some of the myths and then perhaps talk about how some of the things might still be, about to transpire. Okay, right, the mask. He clearly is wearing, well, it's over here. It's the Halloween Kills mask. He's still wearing that. Certainly, somebody else is dressed as Michael Myers as well. Now, we know this. Corey Cunningham, isn't it? And who's meant to be the new boyfriend or perhaps boyfriend, love interest of Alison, who is Laurie Strode's granddaughter, having lost her daughter, Alison's mother, Karen, in the last movie. We're 4 years later. We know all this. But the mask, it clearly is still the Halloween Kills mask. It does look mouldier. The lighting, again, could play a huge part in that. It looks mouldy. It looks more dishevelled. But, you've still got the burnt side to it and you get, all the blood and the holes and stuff. It's still that same mask. But looking at that, there is someone else playing Michael Myers. We know that there's another villain in Haddonfield. And reading between the lines, even without, major plot spoilers, the whole thing, there's another threat there, which they've been open about. There's another threat. There's someone else who's doing copycat killings, who's probably become obsessed with Michael Myers and has got himself a vintage William Shatner mask himself and modified it to look like Michael Myers and is out doing the rounds. Now, that opening shot there that you saw of someone prowling, stalking, not slashing, stalking. It's almost like they've listened to the fans. Less slash, more stalk. Poor old Mikey Myers must have been at the careers office saying things like, well, I've been doing a lot of slashing lately and I just need to branch out. It says here you've got stalking in your skill set as well. Maybe you'd like to try and maximise on that again. Maybe I will. I'll take my time in future and I'll just appear out of nowhere because I am the shape. Yes, it says that on your resume as well. Go back to your old ways. So you've got this sort of protracted intro of somebody with the shape's point of view going up to a house, going up the stairs, pushing open the door. Now you hear the breathing through the mask. Something that was great in the first Halloween movie, especially when Nick Castle, of course, played the shape then. Now, that breathing that you hear there doesn't sound like the shape to me. That's just my idea. That means nothing at all, folks, because that trailer, you'll notice bits are cut together from different scenes to make it look like it's all happening at once. But our teasers and trailers are cut together anyway. Editing, the magic of editing. So whether that breathing's meant to think that's Michael Myers or it is someone else in the mask doing the breathing, in that particular sequence, it's irrelevant as to who it is as far as we're concerned from that teaser. But that breathing to me does not sound like Nick Castle or anyone doing the Nick Castle style breathing behind the mask. Listen to this, It's someone breathing behind a latex mask, Kilt-Man. Get over it. It's not that major a deal, is it? Yes, it is. And it doesn't sound like Nick Castle. And we know that Nick Castle, original shape, had a little cameo appearance behind the mask in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. And he is in this for a little cameo guest spot. Whether it's just him doing the voiceover, the breathe over, I don't know. But he's definitely in this somewhere down the line. So that breathing does not sound like Michael Myers to me, or the shape. It sounds like someone else. what's his name? I've just said his name. Forgot it. Corey Cunningham. It's hardly a name you're going to conjure with for the bogeyman Corey Cunningham, you know. Oh, I don't know. That's got a ring to it, hasn't it? A little bit. Corey Cunningham. Carnage. So, I don't think that is Michael Myers in that bit. I think that is someone else. Now, everybody says, you know, he's grown his fingers back. And here's why I don't think that door opening bit into the room where he's the opening shots going into the house, going up the stairs, not seeing the stairs, looking past the stairs, looking ahead to that bedroom there, inhumanly patient. The hand that opens that door is the left hand. The left hand, folks, is where he got his fingers blown off in Halloween 2018. These ones, well, certainly those two are gone, aren't they? And he's got them left. Boom! When he comes he's got Laurie through the door like that, and he's smashed through the windows, and he's pulling her up like that, and he's strangling her, and she's like, her legs are kicking, little feet drumming against the inside of the door, and she manages to get the shotgun round. Boom! Pinky's blown off. Oof! Oops-a-daisy. We see him in Halloween Kills. He has bandaged up the stump of his hand, you know, the stump of the fingers. It's all bandaged round there. And some people think, like, well, you know, why does Michael Myers bother to do that? Because, you know, he gets shot, stabbed, set on fire, run over, falls from great heights. Doesn't seem to patch up any other injuries. Why did he bother with that? I don't know. Does look kind of cool. And the scene where he does that is where he kills the mixed race older couple in Halloween Kills. He's in the kitchen and you hear him, or the bathroom, you hear him fumbling around and they go to investigate. He's putting the bandage on in there. People seem to have forgotten that, but anyway, that's where the bandage comes from. So we know that he know, it's not like he's grown his fingers back, you know, that's his other hand. So people are saying, he's got his fingers back. No. And just to go along with that as well, we have that bit at the end of the kitchen battle. He's got Laurie round, he's behind her, he's throttling her, and he's putting her hand into the air, the waste disposal thing, like, and she manages to do a reverse headbutt, boom, like that. Always looks great in movies, that. You try doing it in real life. I know someone who got teeth in the back of their head from that. Okay, the person whose teeth they belonged to didn't come off much better, but it didn't quite get them out of the bear grip that they were in. But it always looks good. And done correctly, it does work. But anyway, I digress. Boom, like that. And then she gets the knife up and she puts the knife into his hand. If you look at that shot, I was going to freeze frame it and make that the image for the thumbnail. The thumbnail! Thumbs, fingers, Anyway, I've seen people saying, like, no, you can't tell because the knife's in the way. No, the knife is not in the way because you can clearly see that that's his left hand and two of the fingers are missing and she still puts the knife straight through top of his hand. So, yeah, that poor hand's coming for a lot of damage, hasn't it? So we've addressed that now. The person you see opening that door in that shot is not Michael Myers because they've got 5 fingers on their left hand. Well, 4 fingers and a thumb, for those of you who want to, pick apart things like that. So that's not Michael Myers. What else have we got? The working title of the movie was Cave Dweller. Now, again, quite clearly, we're not seeing the hobo look of Michael Myers. And I'm not saying that that's in there. I really want it to be there. I think it's a great look for Michael Myers. I do like that look. But I still think there's, even given that, the limited amount of stuff that we see there, there's still ample opportunity for him to look like that. And there is a shot of somebody, some kid, in a sewer. A sewer's not a cave, but a lot of sewers open out into caves and cave outlets. And we now know, well, again, see, I know bits which people have been saying, and I've been sent bits and directed to certain sites and, bits of stuff. And I don't really want to say too much. And please, if I do inadvertently drop some spoilers, which turn out to be true, I apologise right now. But from where I'm sitting right now, I don't know what's true and what isn't. It's just what I get told. And I think a lot of you, the die-hard fans, the ones who can't wait to savour every detail, you've done the same thing as me. You've gone out and searched, and then people have probably sent stuff to you as well. So your knowledge of this movie is actually probably a great deal more comprehensive than it should be going into it. But hey, it's happened. Well, someone had said that he's been living in the sewers beneath Haddonfield for the last 4 years. Well, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but I think he should really be further out. But if he's been there the whole time, I don't know. But there's a shot there that's in the sewers. You've got some kids. It's a split-second shot. You've got some kid there, and a hand comes out from the curved stone brickwork sewer wall and gets him by the throat. It's clear. Well, is it Michael Myers, or is that, a bait and switch? Is it again? Maybe that is. Because I've also heard, and again, it's not really a major spoiler, to be honest, even if it's true, that you do see someone who looks like a hobo in it, but it's not Michael Myers. So maybe that could be a false scare. It could be, or another threat. We know that Haddonfield's got multiple threats in it. Corey Cunningham being the main one, obviously. But this kid's down the sewers, maybe hiding from Michael Myers, who's up there. And the next thing you know, this fucking hand comes out the wall and gets him by the throat. And it is a genuine hobo living down there. And maybe Mikey comes down, here's the commotion, comes down, cuts this guy up. Or maybe it's Corey Cunningham. Somebody is in a little crevice, a little cul-de-sac in that sewer wall who gets that kid, or at least gets him by the throat. So, sewer dwelling, cave dwelling, the element is definitely there. And we can see it in that. What else do we see? We see flashbacks to 1978, which I like. We've got, when that door opens and Laurie stood there, oh God, I haven't checked out what kind of gun she's got there. Normally I'm on the ball with that sort of thing. Is it a Magnum 357? It was a revolver, wasn't it? Well, we'll look at it again. I'm sure it was a revolver, not an automatic. And she's there waiting for him. That is actually great. Whether that's how it actually transpires in the film or it's cut together differently when we see the finished movie, I don't know. But it does look good. It makes you think, yes, now she's kicking ass. I'm not a fan of Laurie Strode. I love it in the first movie, as I've always said, but then I get really sick of her being there all the time. And this sad, mopey, out in the fucking woods, fucking gingerbread house, witch hairdo that she's got. Have you noticed her hair's different? It's shorter. She's 4 years older now, but she looks fine. She's wrinkled. Of course she is. Who isn't? Especially in this intense sunshine as well. Sunblock, folks, sunblock. Wear latex masks. That protects you. But she's definitely all wrinkly and all that. But she still looks great. And they've got her wearing a sort of that blue, sort of pseudo denim, but it's more like a blue cotton blouse that she wears in the original Halloween. She's got that for the final fight, certainly. Come on, motherfucker. I mean, that's the kind of line you expect from more like an action thriller. You've got the hero with the one liner against this final bad guy, the one you can't. He's escaped every time. Come on, motherfucker. Let's do this. This ends now. Evil dies tonight. God, folks, I apologise for that. I didn't mean it. It shouldn't have happened. It just slipped out. But I like the way she looks in it. Now, we also know, now this has come from literally every source imaginable, and it's not a spoiler again, that she's not the central thrust of this narrative, that the thrust is on her granddaughter, on Alison, and this new burgeoning relationship, and this Corey Cunningham guy, who clearly is, this is now massively known, unless this is another huge just trick that they're playing on us, that he is a bad guy, he is a threat. Now, whether he actually goes around and kills other people, or he just tries to, and he's trying to put the frighteners on people, I don't know. I presume that's the case. But we know that Laurie's not supposed to be the main thrust of it, but she's certainly in it, and then she'll be in that fight at the end with Michael Myers, presuming that's the end. But the focus is going to be on Alison and this other guy. And Michael will appear throughout the movie. And as I've always maintained, if he's got someone else who's like wearing a mask similar to him and doing his stuff, is he going to enjoy that? Is he even going to realise what the hell is going on, or just see them as another victim, someone else in the way? Or is it genuinely going to piss him off to the point where, hang on, I can do that job better than you. Don't you try and step into my boots. That's my stabbing ground. I'm going back to it. Crocodile Dundee, call that a knife. That's a knife. Or you call that a mask. This is a mask, So you could have some compensation there. So I think you're going to get that. Hopefully you're going to get that. Is it, right, everyone now thinks Michael Myers is back, and the audience also think Michael Myers is back. until the finale, mask comes off, or maybe like sort of the end of the third act, mask comes off. That's not Michael. That's just a kid. You know, it could be something like that. And then suddenly, one of John Carpenter's famed stingers as Michael appears by a swinging, potted plant at the back window. Hopefully. There's so much scope for how this could play out and really, really work that I'm not disappointed by this teaser. I think it works great. It does enough to get you excited. It looks amazing. Everyone goes on about the how it looks like the old 1978, the way it was filmed by Dean Cundy and directed by John Carpenter, and the lighting that they had. To me, even with those flashback scenes in Halloween Kills, this blends seamlessly. They look great. They don't blend seamlessly at all. They look like they're shot, with more modern technology, and they look different. They look too glitzy, too splashy, clean, neon. They look great before anyone leaps on me. It's perfect. It's canonical. It looks exactly the same. It doesn't, but it looks great, and it does pay respect to what you did before. I don't expect it to look identical. I'm not bothered. It's 40 years later, for Christ's sake. More, in fact, now. I've had COVID as well. I was actually going to leap into something there which I shouldn't say. And it's something that I'm kind of inclined to believe as well. I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just there. I'm going to give, right now, off the bat, I'm going to give plaudits for this film doing something different. Because I think that has to be done. But it's a tightrope walk, isn't it? You've got to please the fans who've stuck by this franchise for decades, and embraced all the shitty sequels, and then embraced this new trilogy. And I do admire that. I admire the guts, the courage, and the gumption, and the greed for the people who are making this, and but continuing it, because I like it. And then to have the guts to we've got to give them what they want, but we also want to just don't give them more of the exact same again, because they're going to be pissed off with that as well. Give them something a little bit different. People want a conclusion, they want closure. It's how they approach that's really going to be the catalyst here. What do you do with Michael Myers? Does he die? Does Laurie die? Does the evil get passed on? Well, that's what I think, because they're not going to let the bogeyman can't die. That's the whole frigging point of it, and he certainly won't die in the first 15 minutes. I mean, I never put any stock in that in the first place, that rumour. Again, no spoilers there. That's hugely known that was like a rumour. Now, it's funny that most of the leaked stuff I've got from people that's apparently seen the test screenings, that was definitely not the case. They categorically denied that. Everyone's denied that. He does not die in the first 15 minutes. He does appear throughout the movie, and he's definitely there for the finale. So, hey ho. Right, I'm going to swig some whiskey and we're going to watch it again. Because why not? Now, apologies that I can't, put it in a separate sort of screen or make myself appear down here somewhere and point out little bits to you. I'll just do it physically on the screen. And I know we've got a bit of sunlight streaming through, and the lighting's not the best, and the angle you're looking at ain't the best. But I'll do my best. So let's try and get you back round here again. Come on. Oh, I've got some press clippings here from what have we got? Smith Grove Sanitarium, Warren County. We've got the actual character of Michael Myers, the incarcerated Michael Myers. Haddonfield Tribune. It's all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. Right, now let's swing you around here again. I'll try and bring it a bit closer, shall I? I mean, I don't know how well you're going to see that, but you're on a vicious angle, but right, let's coming up. Hear the breathing. That's not Michael Myers. That breathing is not Michael Myers. I like the echoing piano of the original main theme. The hand,
Come on.
all the fingers. Super. Hawkins.
Come get me, motherfucker.
Oof. Wow. Right. Let's escape from that. Hey, that could be a good crossover maybe. Escape from Haddonfield. Snake Plissken. He's got like a mask on with an eye patch on it. Right, I'm going to shut that down. I can't really... I know, with me showing you there, you're just getting the gist. You probably can't see bugger all from what I'm showing you there, but anyway. But I like the way the original main theme was done on piano with electronic embellishments. From Halloween 2 onwards, it was always synthesized until John Ottman came on board for H2O. But Alan Howarth, John Carpenter's frequent collaborator on the musical side of things, did a great job from Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 and everything. Carpenter was involved too. But that original Halloween was on a piano, and it's his dad was a jazz musician. See, Sean Connery keeps creeping into my vernacular. I keep doing it. A musician. Oh yes, Miss Moneypenny was a musician in a jazz band. Yeah. And he taught him the 5/4 rhythm, which is which he learns on the piano and the bongos, and so that's how you get this. It's wonderful, isn't it? So I like that they're harkening back to that. Now, what else was there to discuss? Let's think about this now. What else? We've discussed the mask is in there. There could still be the hobo look, and it could actually be a hobo. You could have a lot of false scares in this. If Michael's not around for a lot of it, you're going to get all the... This is quite a clever tactic, thinking about it now. This 4 years later, Michael's not been around, but then someone else is adopting the look of Michael and causing a few problems. So people are getting a bit, they're on edge, and we don't know, is it really Michael or is it not? And then, but also you got the hobo down there in the sewers. I'm making this up, by the way. The hobo that's down there, although I know that apparently is one, and he's doing a few jump scares of his own, perhaps. So when's the real Michael going to be revealed? And it could be sensational when that actually does finally happen. It could be. Green and co have not proved themselves to me to be great at building suspense. Oh, the kills and the violence is there, the brutality. And yay, love that. Way on board for that. But if you're going to go back to the original Halloween that John Carpenter created and crafted, a lot of it is suspense. What did you see there? Something in the corner. And you look again, he's gone. But you saw him. And do you know something else I thought? Everyone's going on about and myself included, oh, Laurie Strode was just random. Why is he going after her all the time? And the whole point, he's not going after you. He ended up back at your house because he was dropped off there, basically, and this ended up at yours. You think he's coming after you. But, folks, when's the last time you watched Halloween 1978? How many times does he appear for Laurie Strode? She's sitting in the class, he's outside looking at her. He's in the garden next door with all the washing on the line. He's there. He's everywhere that she is. When they're walking down the street, she sees, he steps out, broad daylight, wearing green coveralls. Green! Not David Gordon Green, but green coveralls. Not blue. That came later. And he's there. And the two look back. Oh, Laurie, scared another one away because he's disappeared. And it's not Linda. Who is it? Who's the other girl? Oh, God. Annie runs down. Oh, Laurie, dear. He wants to ask you to the dance. And then there's no one there. But he keeps appearing to Laurie. So there is a bond there. There is a connection. I know in the course of the movie, it's not like, oh, it's brother and sister. Yeah, we don't need it. We don't want it. But it's part of it. I love Halloween too, as you know. Love it. And that's still my favourite look for him. That mask there, that's my favourite look for him. And I do love Halloween too, apart from the sibling bullshittery which takes place. But he does stalk Laurie. He kills her friends, he goes after her, but he's appeared to her. But he does stalk Annie a fair bit as well. I mean, when she gets locked in the window and all that, like, you've got loads of this. He does stalk the three of them, but he does make a huge point of standing and looking at Laurie at every given opportunity. I know she goes up to the old Myers house. You can't go to that house. That's the boogeyman lives there. And like, he's got to drop the keys off and all that, and he's right behind the door. Not the same breathing. Oh God, I can't even bang on about that. What fucking difference does it make? He's an older man now. He'd be wheezing, wouldn't he? He's been stabbed in the throat with a fucking knitting needle as well. He's had his own butcher knife in his fucking chest. He's had all sorts. Been hit by a car, shot off balconies. I shot him 6 times. I know, he's been shot more than that now. Anyone would be wheezing after all that? No, the thing about that breathing, folks, he says, still banging on about it, is it just sounds younger to me. It just doesn't sound like him. Anyway, that's that. But I'm impressed. It does enough. It gets you on board. It doesn't disprove any of the things that I've heard, but it does disprove the fact that he dies in the first 15 minutes, because that battle is not at the first 15 minutes. If it is, then the whole rest of the movie is really up for question, because there's them fucking kids again. See him off! Yeah, get the shotgun! Trick or treat my ass. You know, I've just realised that that door's open. The figure suddenly appears, you know. It'd be David Gordon Green. Oh, you Kilt-Man! Will you stop bad-mouthing my bloody movies? I've done the best I can. Well, okay, yeah, but hey, money talks, doesn't it? Same for you, Mr. Carpenter. Big god of mine, JC. But you really fucking, you sold out, man. You sold out. Good style. Hey, but it happens. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do the same thing. Money. Only, I'd sell out for a lot cheaper than that. Just a few bottles of whiskey and like, yeah, oh, go on. You can have the rights to my book, Twisted Tales. Anyway, folks, I think I've covered pretty much everything there. I like it. I think it works. You're going to see more. As I said a couple of videos ago, the cavalcade of hype will now begin. For many of us, it began a long time ago. Just forums and loads of spiel and waffle and leaks and spoilers and all that kind of stuff. But now you're going to start seeing proper images and posters. Yay! And then you get a full trailer, possibly another... When is it? It's due... Oh, God, yeah. Could be another 2-3 months, could it? When are we now? July? August, September. Yeah, September. You'll probably get one in September. I don't know. I'm making this up. I don't know. But you will get something else. And then you get a slew of TV spots coming as well, which always throw in a little extra bit of split-second imagery. But yeah, this has not put me off at all. I like what I see there. I'm actually liking Laurie. I never ever thought I'd say that, because I despise her normally, but I think she's that hard Sarah Connor aspect of 2018, which I didn't buy into for 1 second. I thought it was fucking rubbish. But now I'm with it. She's waiting behind the door with the gun and like, let's do it, motherfucker. You know, I like it. I actually like the way she looks. I like the shorter hair as well, the shorter wig that she's wearing, and the old look as well. I think it works, and I think that's helping to tie it full circle as well. Flashback wise, are we going to get some more Loomis? I hope so. That's something I've not heard, if Loomis, or a character bedecked as Loomis, is going to be in it or not. I have not heard that, so I would hope so. Even if it's just like a ghostly voiceover, I think that'd be great. And if the film is supposed to end with Michael Myers supposedly dying, and maybe the last thing that Laurie hears in her head as she just dies, and she's like, it was the bogeyman. And then she hears the echoing voice of the Force ghost of of Dr. Sam Loomis. As a matter of fact, it was. And Laurie joins him and becomes a floaty. And maybe Michael gets redeemed. Michael kills the other guy. Michael becomes the hero. Oh no, the other guy's doing all the killings. And Michael, no, I'm not having this. You butchered my legend, so I'm going to butcher you. And then he kills Corey Cunningham. And then he like Anakin gets redeemed. Because you see, hand for a hand, fingers for fingers. He's trying to put... It's Star Wars. And I am your father. I am your brother. You know. So you're going to have the 3 Force ghosts. Sam Loomis, Laurie. Michael Myers will join him as well. Take the mask off and he'll be bald. Well, he is bald, isn't he? And, oh, no. I'd want to see that German Shepherd that he killed as well come back and stand there beside him. Yeah. He got hungry. Anyway, folks, there you go. Let me know below what you think of the trailer. I know I'm late to the game, but I live in the UK and, you know, other stuff happens. But I am actually still on board for this. And I really, really hoped I'd say that, but I didn't think I would. But I still like what I've seen there enough to like, yeah, that's kind of got me going a little bit. Folks, keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. In the meantime, in this forever, more stalking, less slashing in between time. Please keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And I'm going to see you all later. I forgot to do that. Later. It's addictive, that, you know.